Have you ever felt trapped in a loop of negative thinking? Endless worries about the future, regrets about the past, or that relentless inner critic that never seems to stop? You're not alone. Your mind is like a wild monkey, constantly jumping from one thought to another, filling you with fear, doubt, and anxiety. And if you don't learn how to control it, it will control you. But here's a truth most people don't know. Buddhist monks have discovered an ancient secret that allows them to remain at peace no matter what happens. A method that helps them break free from negativity permanently instead of being consumed by it. If there was a way to stop negative thoughts forever, would you want to know it? Today we're diving deep into the Buddhist wisdom that has helped millions free themselves from the suffering created by their own minds. You will learn how to let go of worries, overcome self-criticism, and end the cycle of negativity so that you can finally experience true inner peace. Watch this video until the end, because once you understand these powerful Buddhist secrets, your mind will never be the same again. Lesson 1. Understanding the nature of thoughts. Imagine sitting by a river watching the water flow. Some parts of the river are calm while others are rough. Leaves and branches float by, carried effortlessly downstream. Now imagine that each leaf represents a thought. Some thoughts are peaceful. I had a great conversation today. Some are neutral. I need to buy groceries. And some are painful. I'm not good enough. Most people make a crucial mistake. They believe they're their thoughts. They identify with them, cling to them, and let them dictate their emotions. But what if I told you that your thoughts are not you? The Buddhist perspective on thoughts. Buddhism teaches that thoughts are just passing events like clouds in the sky or waves in the ocean. They appear, stay for a while, and then fade away. The problem isn't that you have negative thoughts. The problem is that you believe them and engage with them and fight against them. Monks call this attachment the tendency to cling to thoughts as if they define reality. And the more attached you are to a thought, the more power it has over you. Let's say you have a thought. I'm a failure. If you believe it, you feel worthless. If you fight it, you struggle against it, which only makes it stronger. But if you observe it without resistance or attachment, it loses its power. This is what monks practice every day. The ability to see thoughts as passing visitors, not absolute truths. The secret of non-attachment. A Buddhist monk once said, "You cannot stop the waves, but you can learn to surf." You cannot stop negative thoughts from arising. They will always come and go. But what you can control is how you respond to them. Instead of reacting, observe. The next time a negative thought appears, pause. Instead of fighting or analyzing it, just notice it. Imagine that thought as a leaf floating down the river. Label it for what it is. Instead of saying I'm a failure, say this is a thought about failure. Instead of nobody likes me, say here's a thought about loneliness. By labeling your thoughts, you create distance from them. They are not you. They're just mental events passing by. Let pass. Just as a leaf floats downstream, let the thought go without holding on to it. No need to suppress it, argue with it, or chase it away. This technique is called mindful detachment, and it is one of the most powerful ways to stop negative thoughts from controlling your life. A simple exercise. Watch your thoughts like a movie. Take 2 minutes to try this right now. Close your eyes and imagine your thoughts appearing on a movie screen. Watch them as if you were an audience member, not a participant. Some thoughts might be dramatic, others boring, some even scary. But as an observer, you don't have to engage. You just watch. Do this for a few minutes every day, and you'll start to see a profound shift. You'll no longer feel trapped in your thoughts. Instead, you'll experience a new kind of freedom. Shape the Odida. The first step to stopping negative thoughts forever is to understand that you're not your thoughts. They come and go, but they do not define you. The secret is not to fight them, but to detach from them. In the next lesson, we will go even deeper, uncovering a Buddhist technique that allows you to break free from self-criticism and inner doubt. Stay with me because this could change your life forever. Lesson 2. Breaking free from self-criticism and inner doubt. Think about the last time you criticized yourself. Maybe you made a mistake at work, forgot something important, or felt like you weren't good enough. What did your inner voice say? I always mess things up. I'm not smart enough. I'll never be successful. This inner critic is one of the most damaging sources of negative thoughts. It keeps you trapped in self-doubt, guilt, and fear. It whispers harsh words in your mind and convinces you they are true. But what if I told you that this voice is an illusion? The Buddhist view on the inner critic. Buddhism teaches that the mind is like a wild elephant, powerful but chaotic. If left untamed, it runs in every direction, creating fear, anxiety, and suffering. But once trained, it becomes a tool for peace and wisdom. The inner critic is simply a product of conditioning. It comes from past experiences, social influences, and ingrained beliefs. But here's the truth. You were not born criticizing yourself. Self-criticism is learned. Somewhere along the way, you adopted these negative beliefs about yourself. And just as they were learned, they can be unlearned. Step 1. Question the inner critic. The next time your inner critic speaks, pause. Instead of immediately believing the thought, ask, is this 100% true? Most of the time it isn't. Would I say this to a friend? If not, why say it to yourself? Where did this belief come from? A past failure? Someone else's words? Buddhism teaches that thoughts are not reality. They are just mental constructs. By questioning them, you weaken their power. Step 2. Practice radical self-compassion. Imagine a small child learning to walk. They fall repeatedly, but no one yells at them or calls them a failure. Instead, they are encouraged. It's okay. Keep going. But as adults, we don't give ourselves this kindness. We beat ourselves up over mistakes, expecting perfection. Buddhism teaches metta or loving kindness meditation to develop self-compassion. Here's a simple way to practice. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Repeat to yourself, may I be happy. May I be free from suffering. May I be kind to myself. At first, this might feel strange, but over time it rewires your brain to replace self-criticism with self-acceptance. Step 3. Let go of the perfect self-illusion. A Zen story tells of a man who spent years carving the perfect statue of Buddha. Every detail was flawless, but one day his teacher took a hammer and shattered it. The man was shocked. The teacher smiled and said, "Now your mind is free." The story reminds us that perfection is an illusion. There is no perfect version of you. You are already whole, even with your flaws and mistakes. Instead of striving for perfection, embrace growth. Every mistake, every failure, every flaw, these are not signs of weakness. They are lessons. Step 4. Shift from self-judgment to self-discovery. What if, instead of judging yourself, you became curious? Instead of I failed, ask what did I learn? Instead of I'm not good enough, ask how can I grow? Instead of I'm not lovable, ask how can I love myself more? Buddhism teaches that suffering is the greatest teacher if we choose to learn from it. Every struggle is an opportunity to develop wisdom, patience, and inner strength. A simple daily practice is self-compassion check-in. Try this at the end of each day. Write down one negative thought you had about yourself. Challenge it. Was it true? Was it helpful? Rewrite it with kindness. Instead of, I'm not good enough, write, I am learning and growing every day. This small habit can transform your relationship with yourself over time. The inner critic is not your true self. It is a conditioned voice, and you have the power to question it, release it, and replace it with self-compassion. The next lesson will reveal a Buddhist technique for mastering your emotions, so negative feelings no longer control you. Stay with me because this is where true peace begins. Lesson 3. Mastering your emotions, the path to true inner peace. You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. The Buddha. Dalhir. Sit quietly for a moment. Observe your breath. Feel the weight of your body resting on the ground. Now, bring to mind a moment when you were overcome with emotion. Perhaps anger, fear, jealousy, or sadness. Notice how your body reacts. The tightness in your chest. The tension in your shoulders, the heat rising in your face. This is suffering. This is the prison of uncontrolled emotions. But suffering is not something that simply happens to us. It is something we create moment by moment through our reactions. And what is created can be uncreated. This is what the Buddha taught. The nature of emotions like waves on the ocean. Imagine the ocean. On the surface, there are waves, sometimes small, sometimes fierce. But beneath the waves, the ocean is calm, deep, and unmoved. Your emotions are like those waves. Temporary, ever-changing, rising and falling with the winds of life. But you are not the waves. You are the ocean itself. Vast, still, and boundless. A wise person does not fight the waves, nor do they get lost in them. They simply observe. This is the secret to mastering emotions, not by suppressing them, nor by being controlled by them, but by witnessing them without attachment. The mistake we all make clinging to emotions. Why we suffer? Because we cling to emotions as if they define us. When anger arises, we say, "I am angry." When sadness appears, we say, "I am sad." When fear emerges, we say, "I am afraid." But emotions are not who you are. They are merely visitors passing through the mind like clouds drifting across the sky. The problem is we hold on to them. We replay the argument, the insult, the failure over and over again like a fire that never burns out because we keep adding wood. Buddhism teaches us to put down the wood, to let the fire die naturally. Step 1. The art of non-attachment. Observing without reacting. The next time an intense emotion arises, try this. Pause. 1. Now 5. Take a deep breath before reacting. Observe. Instead of saying "I am angry," say, "Anger is present." Investigate. Where is this feeling in your body? What is it trying to teach you? Let it pass. Do nothing. Just watch. Like a cloud, it will dissolve on its own. This is called vipassana or insight meditation. Seeing reality as it is without distortion. Step 2. Transforming emotions through awareness. Buddha taught that all suffering comes from ignorance, not seeing things as they are. The same is true for emotions. Anger arises from the illusion of control. We want the world to be a certain way, and when it isn't, we resist. Fear comes from attachment. We grasp at what we love, afraid of losing it. Jealousy is a misunderstanding. We believe happiness is limited, that another's success diminishes our own. But when we see clearly, the illusion vanishes. Instead of anger, there is understanding. This is not how I expected things to be, but can I accept it? Instead of fear, there is trust. Change is inevitable, but I am strong enough to face it. Instead of jealousy, there is gratitude. Their success does not take away from mine. There is enough for all. Through awareness, emotions lose their power over us. Step 3. The power of impermanence. Nothing lasts forever. The Buddha's greatest realization was the truth of impermanence. Everything changes, nothing stays the same. Your emotions, no matter how intense, will pass. The heartbreak that feels unbearable today will be a memory tomorrow. The anger that consumes you now will be forgotten in time. The fear that paralyzes you will fade as you grow. Nothing lasts. Not joy, not sorrow. Like a river, life is always flowing, and when we stop resisting, we begin to flow with it. Step 4. Responding instead of reacting. A Zen master once told his students, "You cannot stop the birds of sorrow from flying over your head, but you can stop them from building a nest in your hair." Emotions will arise. That is natural, but whether they control you is a choice. When anger comes, instead of lashing out, take 3 deep breaths. When fear arises, instead of running, sit with it, see what it is trying to teach you. When sadness visits, instead of resisting, welcome it like an old friend. By creating space between emotion and reaction, you reclaim your power. A simple daily practice, the emotional check-in. Each evening, take a moment to reflect. What emotions did I experience today? Which emotions control me? Which emotions did I observe and let go? By doing this, you develop emotional intelligence, awareness of how emotions influence you, and the power to choose your response. Final takeaway. Be the ocean, not the waves. Mastering emotions does not mean never feeling. It means no longer being enslaved by feelings. Next time an emotion arises, remember, Cyclone, you are not the waves. You are the ocean. Cyclone, still, deep, and at peace, no matter what storms pass above. In the next lesson, we will explore one of the most profound teachings in Buddhism, the art of letting go. If you have ever struggled to release pain, resentment, or attachments, this next lesson may change your life. Stay with me. The journey is only beginning. Lesson 4. The art of letting go. Finding freedom from attachments. The Buddha said, "You only lose what you cling to." Sit with me for a moment. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, think of something you have struggled to let go of. Perhaps a past relationship, a painful memory, a deep regret. Maybe it is anger towards someone who wronged you, or an expectation that was never fulfilled. Feel the weight of that attachment, how it lingers, how it burdens your heart. Now imagine what it would be like to release it, to no longer carry that pain, to feel light, free, unshackled. This is the path of letting go, the greatest lesson in liberation that the Buddha taught. The root of suffering, why we cling. Why is it so hard to let go? Because deep down we believe that what we hold on to defines us. We cling to relationships because we fear being alone. We hold on to anger because we mistake it for strength. We grasp at material things because they give us a sense of security. We replay painful memories because suffering has become familiar. But in truth, these attachments do not make us whole. They make us prisoners. The Buddha likened attachments to a burning coal. We grasp it tightly, thinking it will protect us, not realizing that we are the ones getting burned. Letting go does not mean losing. It means liberation, the illusion of control, understanding impermanence. Everything in life is temporary. This is the first truth we must accept. The people we love will one day leave. The possessions we cherish will decay. The identity we cling to will change. Even a body we inhabit will not last forever. Yet we resist this truth. We try to hold on to what is fleeting, like trying to grasp water in our hands. The Buddha called this anicca, impermanence. Nothing lasts, and that is neither good nor bad. It is simply the way things are. To fight impermanence is to fight reality itself. But when we accept it, we discover something extraordinary. Freedom. Step 1. Recognizing what binds you. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to that is causing me pain? Is this attachment serving me, or is it trapping me? What would happen if I let it go? When you become aware of your attachments, you begin to loosen their grip. Step 2. The power of detachment. Holding without grasping. Detachment does not mean we stop caring. It means we stop clinging. A Zen master once held up a delicate porcelain cup and said, "I love this cup. I drink from it every day. But I know that one day it will break. When it does, I will not suffer, because I already accept its impermanence." This is the key to peace. Love fully but without attachment. Enjoy completely but without possession. Live deeply but without resistance. Imagine holding a butterfly in your hand. If you grip too tightly, you will crush it. If you keep your hand open, it will stay for as long as it wishes, then fly away when it is time. This is how we must hold life with gentle hands. Step 3. Releasing the weight of the past. Many of us are prisoners of memory. We replay past mistakes, relive old wounds, and carry the weight of things that no longer exist. But what is the past? Nothing more than a thought, a shadow that only has power because we keep feeding it. The Buddha taught that the mind is like a garden. If you water the seeds of anger, regret, and sorrow, they will grow. But if you stop feeding them, they will wither away. To let go of the past, acknowledge it. Do not suppress your pain. Recognize it. Learn from it. Ask, what did this experience teach me? Release it. Let it be a lesson, not a burden. Imagine placing your pain into a river. Watch as the water carries it away. You do not need to chase it. Simply let it go. Step 4. The beauty of the present moment. Letting go is not just about the past. It is also about the future. Many of us live trapped in expectations. We crave certainty, control, and guarantees. But the future is unknown, and trying to control it is like trying to catch the wind. When we let go of expectations, we make space for something far greater. Peace. The only place life truly exists is here now. When you stop clinging to what was and what could be, you wake up to what is. The warmth of the sun on your skin, the sound of the wind through the trees, the rhythm of your own breath. This moment is enough. You are enough. A simple daily practice. Letting go meditation. Each day, take a few moments to reflect. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Picture something you are struggling to release. With each exhale, imagine letting it go like a leaf floating down a stream. Feel the lightness in your heart. With time, you will realize that you do not need to force letting go. When you stop resisting, it happens naturally. Final takeaway. True freedom is in letting go. You have carried this burden for long enough. It is time to set it down. Life is like a flowing river. Do not try to hold the water in your hands. Let it move through you. Trust in its current, because when you finally let go, you do not lose. You gain everything. In the next lesson, we will explore another profound Buddhist teaching, the power of presence and mindfulness. If you have ever felt lost in distractions, overwhelmed by thoughts, or disconnected from life, this next lesson will guide you home. Lesson 5.2. The Art of Loving Kindness. Transforming suffering with compassion. Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. The Buddha said, close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. Now, think of someone who has hurt you. Someone who has caused you pain, whether through words, actions, or indifference. Notice what happens inside you. Perhaps there is anger, resentment, or sadness. Maybe a tightness in the chest, a tension in the jaw. These emotions are heavy. They weigh on us like stones in the heart. What if I told you there is another way? A way to free yourself from the burden of hatred and suffering. The Buddha called it metta, loving kindness. a practice that has the power to dissolve resentment, heal emotional wounds, and open your heart to boundless compassion. This is not just about being kind in a conventional sense. This is about transforming suffering, yours and others, through the power of unconditional love. Let's walk this path together. The root of suffering. The illusion of separation. Why do we hold on to anger? Why do we struggle to forgive? Because deep inside, we believe in separation. We see ourselves as isolated individuals, separate from those who have wronged us, separate from strangers, separate even from the people we love. But Buddhism teaches something profound. There is no other. The person who hurt you is also suffering. The stranger you pass on the street carries unseen burdens. The anger you feel is not yours alone. It is a universal human experience. The more we believe in separation, the more we suffer. Because when we see someone as an enemy, we close our hearts. And in doing so, we chain ourselves to pain. Loving kindness is the key that unlocks those chains. What is metta? The heart of unconditional love. Metta is not ordinary love. It is not based on conditions, on whether someone deserves our kindness. It is boundless, selfless, and free. It does not ask what can I get in return. It does not hold on to past grievances. It does not discriminate between friend or foe. It simply flows like the sun shining on all beings without judgment. When we cultivate metta, we transform not only our relationships, but also our inner world. We move from fear to love, from resentment to freedom, from suffering to peace. Step 1. Begin with yourself. Many people believe compassion is about giving love to others. But true compassion must begin within. Because if you cannot offer kindness to yourself, how can you give it to the world? Take a moment now. Close your eyes. Place a hand on your heart. Silently repeat these words. May I be happy. May I be free from suffering. May I be peaceful. May I be filled with love. Breathe deeply. Feel the warmth of those words sinking in. Many of us are harsh toward ourselves. We criticize, judge, and carry guilt. But what if you could love yourself? Not just when you succeed, but even in moments of failure. This is metta. And when you love yourself unconditionally, your heart naturally opens to others. Step 2. Expanding loving kindness to others. Once your heart is open, you extend this love outward. Think of someone you love deeply. Picture their face. Now, silently send them these wishes. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. May you be peaceful. May you be filled with love. Next, think of a neutral person, a stranger, a colleague, someone you do not know well. Repeat the same phrases for them. And now, the hardest part. Think of someone who has hurt you. Someone you struggle to forgive. Breathe. Let go of resistance. Silently send them the same wishes. May you be happy. This is not about excusing their actions. It is about freeing yourself from hatred. Because when you hold on to resentment, it is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. But when you send love, even to those who have harmed you, you reclaim your power. Step 3. Loving all beings. Dissolving the illusion of us in them. True metta does not stop at individuals. It expands without limits. To the people you pass on the street, to the animals, the forests, the rivers, to every being seen and unseen. Imagine sending love out like ripples in a pond, touching every corner of existence. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be at peace. In that moment, there is no self or other, only oneness. And in that oneness, there is freedom. The deepest truth. Love is the path to liberation. Buddhism does not ask us to love because it is moral. It teaches us to love because it is the path to awakening. Anger, hatred, and resentment keep us trapped. But when we replace them with compassion, our hearts become light, boundless, and free. And here is the greatest secret. When you love, you suffer less. Because love is not something you give to others. It is something you cultivate within. And when your heart is full of loving kindness, it naturally overflows without effort, without resistance. A simple daily practice, metta meditation. If you wish to cultivate metta, try this practice daily. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths and relax. Silently repeat, "May I be happy. May I be free from suffering. May I be peaceful and at ease." Visualize a loved one and repeat the wishes for them. Visualize a neutral person and do the same. Visualize someone difficult and send them love. Finally, extend this love to all beings. Even a few minutes of this practice can transform your heart. Because love, pure, unconditional love, is the greatest liberation. Final reflection. What would happen if you chose love? What if the next time someone hurt you, you responded with understanding instead of anger? What if instead of holding on to pain, you chose to let go? What if in every moment you made the conscious decision to love? Not because the world is perfect, but because your heart is boundless. The Buddha once said, "If you truly loved yourself, you would never harm another." Let us begin this love today within ourselves and toward all beings. Because in love there is no fear. In love there is no suffering. In love there is only peace. In the next lesson, we will explore the powerful Buddhist teaching of non-attachment, how to let go and find true freedom. If you have ever struggled with clinging attachment or the fear of loss, this lesson will open the door to deep inner liberation. Stay with me. The journey continues. Lesson 7. The power of non-attachment. Letting go to find true freedom. The Buddha said, "You only lose what you cling to." Close your eyes for a moment and think of something or someone you deeply fear losing. Maybe it's a person you love. Maybe it's your career, your reputation, your possessions. Maybe it's even an idea of yourself. The identity you've built over years. Now, imagine it disappearing. What do you feel? Fear? Fear? Anxiety? A deep sense of unease. This is attachment, the invisible force that binds us to suffering. Buddhism teaches that suffering arises not from life itself, but from our clinging to impermanent things. We hold on to people, objects, and beliefs as if they are permanent. But nothing is permanent. Everything in life, our relationships, our achievements, even our own bodies, is in a constant state of change. So why do we cling? Because we believe that our happiness depends on these things. But the truth is, happiness does not come from possession, but from freedom. When you learn to let go, you don't lose anything. You gain everything. Let's explore the profound wisdom of non-attachment. The root of attachment. Why we hold on. Imagine grasping a handful of sand. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. This is how attachment works. We try to control life, fearing that if we loosen our grip, everything will fall apart. But in reality, it is our grasping that creates suffering. The Buddha identified 3 main forms of attachment. Attachment to people. We expect others to fulfill us, to stay the same, to never leave. But people are not possessions. They grow, they change, and sometimes they go. If your happiness depends on others, you will always be at their mercy. Attachment to material things. We believe that wealth, success, and possessions will bring security. But no matter how much we acquire, the fear of loss remains. A rich person who clings to money suffers more than a poor person who is free from desire. Attachment to identity and beliefs. We cling to ideas of who we are, our titles, opinions, and status. But when life challenges these identities, we feel threatened. True self-discovery comes when we release these illusions. Non-attachment is not about abandoning life. It is about engaging fully, without fear, without control, without suffering. What letting go really means. Letting go does not mean becoming indifferent. It does not mean rejecting relationships, success, or emotions. It means embracing everything without clinging. Imagine you are holding a bird in your hands. If you grip too tightly, you will harm it. If you hold with an open palm, the bird may fly away, but it may also choose to stay.